welcome to Burn Pilates. My name is Lydia and I'm going to be leading you through a class that is perfect for when you're traveling. I'm currently traveling. I'm currently in Virginia and it's a humid, beautiful day out. You can probably hear some birds in the background, but this is a class that has been designed for you to be able to do easily when you are short on equipment, when you don't have much space. Of course, you can always customize your class, add on what you wish to, increase challenge or to modify from challenge. It's your class, it's your body, so listen to how you're feeling today. Set your mat up, keep some water close by, and let's get right into it. Starting right away with a little bit of a stretch, I want you to bring your hands onto your mat, make your way onto all fours, and just going through a couple cat-cows here, opening up your spine, sternum centering through your shoulders. Breathing in and breathing out. Just notice how you feel today. Let your body move. Give yourself a chance to find your weight. Find your resistance in the floor. You'll always hear me say on my channel, the floor is an equipment piece that you want to use. And I really mean that. Use your floor. Feel your ground. Finding your neutral pelvis, neutral spine. Take a full breath in. And exhale, start to twist and open. Reaching your arm down and just finding the movement as you twist where you can and opening up your chest, activating your back. If it feels good to draw your arm up or rather to press on open, find the quality of movement that you wish to work with today. All kind of depends on the space you have. Especially when you're traveling, it's really nice to activate through movements that help mobilize your spine, help get you into some twisting action if you're prone to a slower digestive system. When you travel, these are such great ways to really help support the digestive system. Twisting can really help do that. Go for a last one each side. Notice which side is tighter. See if you can breathe a little more into the side that you're feeling the tightest on. With both hands on the mat, take a full breath in and exhale, reaching opposite arm to leg all the way out. Connecting into the ground at the same time. Don't rush this. Try to feel that arm and leg are reaching out together and making their way down together at the same time. You want to transfer your weight and keep your body centered and focused and staying connected to your center. As you do these movements, notice what's happening with your ribs, your back, your hips. You want to stabilize through your body by activating through your core muscles, so glutes and abs or core. Reach out and create space through your joints. When we travel, we get tight from sitting for long periods of time, so this is a great opportunity to really feel opposition and to feel that you are physically reaching away from that tightness. Just go for a couple more here. Taking your knee, hand all the way down. Flex your toes, take a full breath in. Open the stance of your arms, collarbones wide, and stretch all the way out and back. Heels to mat. In. And exhale, knees to floor, open up. Find that cow. And then pressing through neutral spine, hips lift. Heels to mat. Pull your chest through your shoulders. And feel where you're getting more and more fluid as your heels press into the mat. And as your body makes its way back down onto all fours, pulling chest and sternum through the shoulders. For your last one here, you're going to stay on the ground, on the mat, on your knees, and slowly make your way all the way up. Right foot stepping forward, arms reaching, find a stretch. On your exhale, make your way back. Bring your arms all the way into a tricep extension, opening up through your sternum, opening up through your collarbones, opening up through your chest. Reach and exhale. Quick tip, if this is too difficult for your knees to handle, roll your mat up or grab a towel and roll it up. You want to change your gaze as you do this move so eyes can look up, and then making sure, as you look down, that you're not dropping your head. You're keeping that cervical spine alignment, flexing through the glute of the leg that's staying back, hinging from the hip of the leg that's going forward, opening up and stretching and activating. You want to feel your stomach wall activate as you stretch it up, lengthening away from that tightness in your hip flexors. Taking your knees all the way back underneath you. From here, bring your arms all the way up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Take a full breath in. Reach up, shoulders to ears, and on your exhale, open your arms all the way up to your side, shoulders releasing down. 2 more times, breathing in as you lift. Shoulders elevate to ears, then exhale, open up. Arms coming down to your sides. Just going for 1 more, deep breath in to lift. Shoulders reaching up to the ears, and then exhale, letting them draw down and away. Taking your hands all the way back to your mat. From here, extend your right leg all the way out. Find a full reach. And then from here, setting up, bringing your right arm just slightly forward from your left. Stagger your hands. Your left hand should be right underneath your shoulder, and your right hand should be forward from your shoulder. You're going to lift your right leg all the way up off your mat. And from here, I want you to start to draw a rainbow, touching from the left to the right of your mat. As you bring your leg up and over, the goal is to keep your hips stabilized with your ribs by using your abs and your butt. You want to make sure you're not overly arching and that you're always extending out into full length. Notice what's happening on the left side of your body and try to find that stillness and stability. You're working in parallel through the thigh, keeping that leg working right here as we move all the way in and up. You're creating length and activation. And that's one of the things that you'll hear me talk a lot about on my channel is the activation in lengthening out. Stretching doesn't mean passive. It means finding length. It means finding elongation. And in order to elongate in full, we have to activate. So this is that right here. Notice how your body weight is staying centered. You don't want to start to feel that you're hinging your body to the left. You're not swaying your hips back and forth. You're keeping that stability, reaching out, and exhale, coming back. Go for a last set here of 4. Last set of 3. Last set of 2. Touch the mat, make it a full range of motion. Go for a last one each side. From here, you're going to lower your left forearm down, reach your right arm long, take your right leg right behind you, and bring your knee to a bend of 90 degrees. You're going to flex your foot, and from here, touching the mat, keep your tailbone out, keep your spine long. Don't start to tuck when you bring your knee down. You want to keep your spine long. Sit bones are looking out. From an inhale, we exhale, we stretch and elongate flexing that foot, reaching it up and away. As you stretch your right leg out, the activation from your glute and abs is going to help train that elongation from your hip flexor all the way through your quad. Your right arm is reaching out so that you have total elongation in opposition. Deep breath in and exhale. Moving like you're in water, find that resistance here. Last set of 3. Contract each part of your body here. Last set of 2. Pushing that left forearm down, using your right arm. Exhale, press out, keeping your leg long. Stretch your toes, flex your foot. Stretch your toes, flex your foot. Dorsal and plantar flexion is so great, not only to get the foot fully warmed up, but to really get articulation through your ankle, stretching out tight muscles through the back of your knee, and training your muscles to turn on in getting that full control through the 56 bones in your foot. The most amount of bones we have in our body are in our feet, so we want to activate them. Go for 2. Last one. Take your right toes down to the floor. From here, keeping your left forearm where it is. Make sure your right leg is long as if you're about to do a plank. I sometimes see people bring their leg in too close and their hips start to shift up. I want you to keep your right leg back. Sit bones are back from here. Take a full breath in, and on your exhale, reaching that right arm up. Find extension, find your balance. Flex your right toes to the floor to help keep your hips stable. And from here, take a full breath in. Right arm lowers down, right onto the floor. Right leg lifts. We touch back down to the mat and reach. Your right hip is parallel. You're using your ground. Applying that pressure through your supporting side. Breathing in and exhale. The more you press down into your ground, especially with that right foot, as it finds the ground, the more security you'll have, but also the more you'll be able to contract through your core, through your glute. Last one. And exhale, reach, 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 reach. And slowly, smoothly, taking your right arm down. Find the ground with your right arm in front of the left. You're going to genie position your arms. Keep your right leg stretched back and find a plank. Left leg long. Feet are separated no wider than your hip bone width and distance. Push into the floor. Feel the back widen as your shoulder blades start to expand in length from side to side. What I mean by that is that you're not squeezing your shoulder blades in, creating the arch or the arc of those wings. You want to push your back up. Activate as you push down to the floor. Stretch out your neck. Try not to drop your head weight. Start to activate into the 10 toes that you have and pushing down to the floor. To get the abs more engaged, the more you push into the floor, the better it is. Take a full breath in. Stay for 3, 2, and 1. Bring your knees all the way back down to the floor. Take your hands to your mat, and right away, going back into our cow to dog. Whatever feels right for you with your feet, if it's to unravel them or to keep them flexed, move with how you feel today. Keep making adjustments. Take your knees all the way down. And from here, right away, setting up for the second side. You're going to reach your left leg all the way out. And from here, making sure that your right hand is underneath your shoulder. Extend your left arm forward. Find that support where your arms are staggered. You're going to take right away that left leg up, and you're going to start to rainbow. Up and over, touch the right side of your mat. Up and over, touch the left. Create the rainbow in the same shape that you did the first side. And feel how you're working the ground. You touch down in full. You lift, Keeping your legs stretched, neck is long, finding that opposition, and then working to refine your movement quality by thinking of how your inner thigh is pulling the leg up into your hip socket. Your outer thigh is controlling that stretch to help maintain parallel to your leg. Your glute is engaging to take your leg up and over, and your abs are securing the movement so as not to let your back overly arch. Think of the down as much as the up. Try to feel like you're pushing against something as you lower. Keep breathing in and out, nice smooth breaths. Notice how the side feels, and if you're feeling any differences, take them into account, acknowledge them, and bring that knowledge into your data. Your bank of data for your own personal body is what we're always trying to work with, because the more intelligent you become with knowing your body, the more you can mindfully connect your movement. Your brain to body will work stronger for you. So what we're always trying to work is our mindfulness and the quality of our movement. Breathing in and exhale, lifting up and over. This is great work for the supporting glute as well, and that's part of the work in bringing the leg up and over crossing it as we lower down to the right. You're going to feel how that right glute has to support the movement. Deep breath in and exhale for 4. Last set of 3. Keep stretching out through your kneecap. Keep working that parallel. Last set of 2. Finish your last one from side to side, breathing in and exhale up and over. You're going to take your left leg right behind you, find the floor, flex your toes, right forearm lowers, and from here you extend your left arm longer. Take a full breath in, exhale, bend and find 90 degrees, flex your foot. You lower your knee to the floor, sit bones stay facing out, tailbone is long, spine is neutral. Inhale and exhale. Think of the distance that you're trying to create from the left hand through your arm, shoulder, all the way through your obliques, ribs, through your hip, through your leg, knee, foot. You're pressing away and pulling back. And again, take advantage of this opportunity here as we work our single sides. How does this left side feel? Does it feel different? Taking this movement here for a last set of 4. For 3. Keep flexing that left glute as you stretch. Don't finish the movement until you feel that your left butt has popped in flexion. Deep breath in for 2. Last one. Keeping your left leg long, flex your toes into the floor as you slowly lower down. Now make sure the left leg is still extended out. Find your ground, take a full breath in, press into the right forearm and exhale. Reaching that left arm up. Little tricky to find balance, so move slow and controlled and keep thinking of how that left foot is grounding you. Deep breath in and exhale. Flex the left toes to control the weight of the arm as you lower. You want to go slow. Last set of 2. Deep breath in. Twisting your upper body. Keeping your hips parallel. Exhale, reach, 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 reach. And slowly, smoothly bringing that left forearm onto the inside of the right. Stretching your torso forward. Reach your right leg back. Find your plank. Connecting through length, pushing into the ground, shoulder blades wide, stomach lifted, neck in front of the arms, pushing forearms into ground. Equally press your toes down to the mat, stretch your legs and start to go into glute activation. Stay here for 4, for 3, last 2, and 1. Smoothly taking your knees down right away. Bring your weight onto your sit bones. Take your legs forward. And from here, come all the way down onto your mat. Feet stacked into the floor, feet parallel, hip bone width and distance. Hip bones from your hip bones, not from the outside of your hips. Press your arms into your mat, find your shoulder width, and from here, lift your hips up into bridge, find neutral spine. The more you press your arms down into your mat, the more you will be able to strengthen your shoulders, the more you will activate through your back, the more you will find your triceps. I want you to use your arms in full. Taking an inhale. On your exhale, lifting left leg up to tabletop. Find the tabletop, hold the tabletop, lower your hips down. Inhale, touch the mat. Sacrum fully loads down, and exhale, lift back up. Inhale as you lower the left foot to the mat. We exhale, lift the right leg up to tabletop. Deep breath in, same thing. Inhale, lower. And exhale, arms stabilizing. Press them down into the mat. Deep breath in and exhale. If ever you need to modify, you don't have to do the walkout. You could simply do bridge, lower, and lifts. Because what we want to work here is, yes, the control of our lower body, but from the upper body, you really want to focus, again, those collarbones wide, neck is long. You're pressing your arms into your mat. You're lengthening your hips away from your ribs and shoulders. So as you lower down, try to pull your hips to the floor using your hamstrings, your glute. Knee stacks itself right over top of the hip bone. Make sure it's not over the chest. 1 more each leg. Check in with the backs of your shoulders. Again, keep thinking of your arms. Make this an arm exercise. Exhale, lift. Taking your right foot to the floor, holding your bridge. Now from here, reset. Lower your hips down. Take a full breath in. Reestablish your arms on that mat. Open up through your collarbones and exhale. Close the ribs, lift on up. Hips are high. Weighing into the right foot. Bring your left leg back to tabletop. Hold your tabletop. Take a full breath in. On your exhale, flex your foot as you stretch your left thigh. You want to go into the same diagonal represented with your right thigh. Don't go lower, don't go higher. Deep breath in, bend. Point the toes, find 90 degrees in the hip. Exhale to stretch and inhale to bend. As your leg moves away from your midline, away from your center, your core, you want to stretch and you want to press down into your floor as hard as you can. Lengthen your neck. Think of your foot trying to stretch to elongate your spine. Last one. Exhale, press away. Bending your knee back to tabletop. Take a full breath in as you lower. Exhale, lifting that right leg up. Hold it stable. Find your 90 degrees. Deep breath in and exhale. Same diagonal as that left leg. Inhale, bend 90 degrees. And exhale, stretch, reach. Check with your arms. Press the arms more and more into the mat. This is going to give you your arm workout like nothing else. The more you apply that pressure down. Exhale to reach. Last one. Take a full breath in. Bend, taking your foot back down to the floor from here. You're going to keep that pressure through the arms. Reset your hips first. Down, touch the mat. Take an inhale, exhale, lift up. From here, we're going to do a little smile line. What you're going to do is drop your hips down and center, but don't touch the floor. Hover. Still in neutral pelvis. Keep pressing down through the arms. Take an inhale. On your exhale, lift your left hip up towards the left. Feel how your right hip stays in that center. And then drop down and do the same thing to the right. The right glute squeezes to pick up the hip. Inhale, release back to neutral. Exhale to lift. Stretching out through the fronts of the hips here as we activate the glutes. You're getting a double whammy, which is great because when one muscle flexes, another extends. So you want to train that intentionally. Check in with your feet and notice what you feel here. Keep applying pressure through the arms. Inhale and exhale. Start to get comfortable with the movement. It's like a little hula action. I'm trying to get the hips to feel that mobility as the glutes increase the flexion from one side to the other to increase the extension of the hip. It's go for a last set of 4, 3, 2, last one, and exhale. Taking your hips through center first. Take an inhale at the top, press your arms down, and exhale, unravel. One vertebrae at a time. Stretch your neck out, stretch your neck out, stretch your neck out, and slowly control the weight of your hips. Keep your shoulders plugged down. Work that form, work that technique. You're going to stay on your back, making sure that your head, neck, and shoulders are plugged down, taking your legs to tabletop, one at a time. Once they're up, squeeze your knees in center. Keeping your arms present in any way that feels best for you. Take a full breath in. And on your exhale, stretching up to the ceiling, reach the toes all the way up. Breathing in to bend. We're going to go for 3 more up to the ceiling. And then we're going to gradually start to add on challenge. Please listen to your back and pay attention to how you're working here. Your legs might not be able to extend the whole way. It all depends on how tight you are in the backs of your hamstrings. But work for that extension coming from where your tailbone is staying heavy, spine is in neutral. Take a full breath in, lifting all the way up towards the ceiling. Hold the stretch and separate your thighs, hip bone width and distance. Turn your legs out, attach your heels together. From here, you're going to take a full breath in. And on your exhale, you're going to start to lower your legs down onto the diagonal that you can support. Upper back staying present, tailbone staying heavy. Breathing in as you lift back up. Don't go fast, go smooth, go slow, and challenge your body where you are today. The lower you go, the more you will be able to use your imprint to help connect you, but don't go lower than where you can maintain your abdominals fully connected to keeping your back and pelvis stable. And you'll see, I don't go very low for this one. This is not my exercise of opportunity where I can go low for my body today. I'm listening to where I'm at. You listen to where you're at. Challenge you from where you are today. Deep breath in. Go for a last one here. And exhale. You're going to take your legs all the way up towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Take your thighs back to parallel. And from here, single leg lowers, starting with the left. Inhale, flex your left foot as you lower. Hover over the floor and exhale. Stretch your toes. Lift all the way back up to ceiling. Again, plug your shoulders down. You can change your arms. Bring presence into the backs of your shoulders, wherever you need to have your arms, to have that sensation. Notice, adjust, and again, play. Every day is different. Sometimes people say, can I have my hands under my butt? Absolutely. Sometimes people say, can I have my hands, palms up to ceiling? Absolutely. As long as you're finding that connection where your ribs aren't popping and you're able to fully hold your body connected to your mat and ground with that feedback that the floor is providing, that's what you want. Let's go for the last one here with the right leg down, taking a stretch all the way up. You're going to take your thighs back to tabletop, take a full breath in, and from here, on your exhale, not lifting up, I don't want you to be in thoracic curl, we're keeping your upper body down. We're going to take a single leg stretch using the stomach wall to bring one leg out to extension as the other one comes into a contraction through the hip. Exhale. Presence through that upper back down into your mat. Neck is long. For 8, 7, 4, 3, last one. Take your knees into your chest and right away roll on up. We're going to do a little bit of rolling like a ball. Again, making sure that your mat feels good for you. Taking your hands either onto the outsides of your ankles, around your shins, or going for the full Pilates grip, which is hands through the calves, around the outsides of the ankles. Listen to you. Just make sure your knees haven't opened wide like I had mine there. You want your knees open no wider than your hip width. From here, you're going to scoop your tailbone all the way up forward so you have space behind you. Take a soft C curve, navel to spine, upper body staying nice and wide. This is all about experimenting, so just play around today. Take a full breath in. Exhale, prepping by taking your feet up off the floor, keeping that scoop, keeping your collarbones wide. Take an inhale, and exhale, we roll like a ball. Up, come to stabilize. Whew. Protect your head by dropping your chin towards your sternum, creating that round through your back. And again, just playing around. Navel to spine. Notice where you can get smoother. You shouldn't be clunking down. There should be a nice smooth rock. And if there is any clunk, that will tell you if your back hasn't been properly activated from your abs connecting into that C curve, scooping in. Let's go for a last set of 2. Eliminate that clunk, especially to your lumbar. If you're like me and you have a little bit of a natural arch in your back, coming all the way up. Take your feet all the way forward, stopping where your knees are bent. Sit bones, heels aligned, palms facing forward. We're going to go right away into a reverse bridge. Hands next to you, activate your hands into the floor, either fingers facing left and right or fingers facing forward, not fingers facing back. Take a full breath in, chest lifts. Take an inhale and exhale. Hips lift from the glutes, stretching out through the fronts of your shoulders and just letting your eyes go to where they feel best today. Lower your hips down between your hands, take a full breath in, and exhale, we swing the hips up, squeeze the glutes. The butt is flexing again, so you can what? Stretch out the fronts of your hips. Glutes flex, and we eliminate this crease in the hips. We stretch hip bones up to the height of our kneecaps. Inhale to lower. Shoulders away from ears, and exhale, scoop, 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 lift. If your knees are going massively forward from your ankles, and that's an indication that your feet need to be further in front of you. If ever you're feeling anything that doesn't give you the goods in the movement, adjust. You might even just be keeping your eyes forward if that's something you need to play around today with. Let's go for a last set of 2. Inhale to lower and go for your last one. Exhale, lift, scoop, 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 scoop. Hold the top. Drop your eyes forward. Take your hips down halfway and exhale, lift. 10 toes pushing into the floor. You want to think of your glutes filling up like grapes, and then you squeeze them into raisins. Take an inhale and exhale. Belly button to spine, contract your transverse. Think of that seatbelt wall between your hip bones from left to right. That's the seatbelt of your abs, lifting you up equally. For 3, 2, last one. Inhale and exhale, lift. Taking your hips all the way down from here. Extend your hips all the way back. Send your thighs long, open up your legs, mat width. Take your arms up, and from here, shoulders back. We're going to take a saw. You're going to have your thumbs facing the ceiling. Take a full breath in as you open your right arm out, finding that twist. Exhale, reach like you're about to slice your right foot all the way into this parallel. Think of slicing your hand onto the inside of space, just above your toes, so you can elongate your back. As your left arm reaches forward, the right arm is reaching back. This is helping you find a long, flat back. Inhale to lift, right arm forward, switching sides. Exhale, left arm opens first, right arm stretches, sit bones heavy, find that opposition. One arm reaches forward, one arm reaches back. You're slicing the space. And inhale, feet flexing, supplying that feeling of weight by pressing your heels down. And inhale. This is great for stretching out the hamstrings. And again, it's been a bit of a theme today in finding different movements to help twist and to help get the abs to activate with a little bit of a stomach massage, so to speak. Breathing in and exhale. Open up. Take an inhale, coming all the way back to center last time. Slowly, smoothly bringing your body all the way up. Take your legs together and bring your forearms down, bend your knees, have your hands cupping the sides of your hips so that you can roll your shoulders down and back, and so that you can find this extension through your back as you support yourself. Give yourself a little bit of a push through the chest. Feel how your shoulder blades are squeezing in. Take a full breath in. And on your exhale, let your upper back round forward. Feel your shoulders round you forward, and feel how your hips start to naturally go into a C curvature into the mat. Just go for 2 more like that. Breathe in. The chest finds extension. The upper back is pressing forward. Shoulder blades squeeze together. Spine is arched just like this. And then exhale as you scoop, and as you weigh down, your hips naturally roll under you. Go for 1 more. Press to the mat. Extend through your neck. Open up through your chest. Open up through the pecs. And then exhale, come in come down. You're going to take your legs, and from here, as you stretch them all the way out forward, use the mat, use the ground to press on up. Give yourself a reach towards the ceiling, towards the sky. Inhale, shoulders up to ears, and exhale. Round yourself forward. Don't reach for your feet, even if you're flexible. Physically round your upper body. Hands come onto the sides of your knees or shins or calves or thighs. From here, keep your neck dropped and just allow for your spine to stretch. Feel that gravitational pull as you keep pushing your upper back to separate your shoulder blades. Your arms are getting heavier. Your spine is curling more and more into that C. On your exhale, you're going to look forward. Draw your gaze towards your toes first, and then look forward as your hands come towards your hips. Try to apply a bit of pressure here as you lightly articulate. Almost think of exaggerating your arch so that you can find your flat back. You don't want to go all the way here to find flat back. You're going to be a little higher. Breathe in, and then exhale. Scoop your tailbone under, feel your shoulder blades separate, reach your arms forward and around your spine. Think of this just like we started with, a little cat-cow, but with long legs. Go for 2 more. Arms adjust, find length, pull the shoulders back. Long, flat spine, neutral pelvis, and then exhale. Push your shoulder blades out, separate them, widen them. And then exhale. Eyes forward, hands coming right down to the mat. Find that long spine. You're going to stretch out through your neck, lift on up, find neutral, take your arms all the way back to ceiling, flex your feet, take a full breath in. Final twist today. On your exhale, reach your right arm back, left arm forward, find the extension. Gaze forward, squeeze the legs together so they don't ski. Breathe in, come all the way up. Sit taller on the sit bones by contracting into your pelvic floor muscles. The more you engage also through your glutes by pressing them down, squeezing your thighs in, the more you'll feel your body naturally sit up tall. Deep breath in. Neck is long. And exhale. Last one each side, breathing in. And exhale. Take your final inhale. Lift on up, shoulders to ears. Let that stretch happen. Exhale, extend, 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 extend. Sit tall. Navel the spine. Finish with your arms all the way up. Look over. Just open up to your chest. Bring your arms down. Find the ground, find the floor. Swing your legs all the way around. And from here, setting up for a pigeon. Left leg forward, right leg back. In your pigeon, if it feels good to lightly move through it, rotating your leg down and into the floor, or if it feels better to get your arms right down and relax your head, go into your pigeon in a way of feeling out where you're tight today. We want to stretch and open the front of the hip as always. It's been always a theme of mine on my channel, but especially when I travel, especially when we're sitting for long periods of time and our hips are creased in that L shape, like that hip positioning where the legs are forward, your back is up, like that's a crunch. Your muscle gets tight, 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 tight. So we are stretching out and elongating, which is one of the focuses that I really do work on for myself and also teach, because the glutes tend to be a lot more inactive for people than other parts of the body that are naturally tighter just from either being inactive or being in stationary positions. So I always like to focus on that glute activation as part of our core work, because the glutes help in stretching out through the hips. The glutes activate, the hips start to work better, they become more mobile, they become more stable. It's all good stuffs. Same idea in the second pigeon if you feel different. Maybe you have a little bit more depth you can play with. Change up your positioning. These are great stretches to do through your day, especially if you are traveling and you are sitting for long periods of time. Take an inhale and exhale, slowly coming all the way back up from here. Just bringing your left leg into a soft bend. Right leg stretches all the way out, sitting both sit bones down, making sure that your right leg is rotated with the knee facing up. You're going to take your right hand onto the inside or outside of your leg, not on your kneecap. Make sure of that. And as you reach your left arm up, I want you to drop your left sit bone down more so that when you stretch, you're not stretching here where the leg or hip start to lift. You're rather finding length, like you're trying to separate the space between your left ribs and hip to make it longer. So you're using the floor with your right arm, either hand forward or back, to resist. You don't want to collapse here. You want to resist and keep finding that length. And the resistance is going to help you to sit your left sit bone down even more. Take a full breath in and exhale, slowly, smoothly, come all the way up, switching sides. These are great stretches to do at any time. Anytime, anytime, anytime. It's better to always stretch after your muscles a bit warm, so you don't want to necessarily statically stretch if you're cold, but throughout your day, get used to giving your body chances to stretch, to lengthen. We get tight, we get tense, and we want to keep finding that space in our body to work against gravity. Using the ground with your left hand, press into your mat, feel where your right arm is reaching you up, but also where you're lifting. You're not just collapsing over into the stretch, you're lifting and elongating. Take an inhale and exhale, come all the way up. Guys, thank you so much for joining me for this class today. If you didn't hear the birds before, hopefully you hear them now. They sound pretty sweet. They're very happy. If you have any questions, if you have any comments, leave them for me in the comment section below. As always, I love to hear from you. I love to get to know you as your trainer. If it's your first time here on Burn Pilates, welcome. Click subscribe and join me weekly for classes Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Classes with choice, classes that you can clearly take with you anywhere you go. Guys, have an awesome morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are, and I will see you at the next burn.